tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Today is a time for planning. It is time for go time. So we have number 20, time, planning, making decisions and taking risks. I feel like you've been sat on something for a little while now, and you know it is time to take a risk. You know it is time to put your plan into action. No more procrastination. This message is for you. You may have been seeing jaybirds. If you don't know what a jay is, look it up. They're very colourful birds, a lot of blue, orange. They have tiny little black and white feathers on them with a little bit of blue. You may have been seeing these in the trees or in front of your car or just around you, which is a symbol of procrastination. And also sometimes about truth. So you know something to be true now, fully, no mistake, you know it to be true. And now it is calling for you to take time to actually put this plan into action. Yeah, we have Ingwas, which you may have seen this rune a lot lately if you've been watching my videos, because this is about trusting yourself. This is about knowing that you've got everything you need to make this happen. So Ingwas is kind of like where it's bringing everything together, bringing everything into union, bringing everything into, you know, something that you can solidly trust. Can also that one I feel represent like divine timing as well. So it's like just trusting that the timing is right with this. And growth, you know, you come so far and that you're reaping the harvest season now. It's like, you know, what you've been sowing is now grown to the point where, okay, if you sit on it now and you don't harvest it, it's going to go to ruin. It's time for the harvest. And that means a little bit of action, that means a little bit of work, but it's all necessary and it's what you asked for. And which is interesting because what I spotted on the top of there was a skull, which makes me think of like the direction of the north, the challenge of death and rebirth. This is the rune that kind of represents that. So this is really about you making a claim to say, I'm done with that, it's time to move forward. A reading I did earlier was about like dragging a dead horse up a hill and being just sort of like, I don't need to do this anymore. I don't need to have any sentimental attachment to this dead horse. It is just extra weight that's bringing me down, that isn't doing anything other for me than making me struggle. So you've chosen now that you don't want to struggle anymore, and you've made a decision, and it's time to take that risk. So what do you need to know right now about this? What is it that you need to know? Because it just came out as like tick tock, it's time. We have the Queen of Pentacles, which she's been coming out a lot lately. Okay, we've got 4 cards that kind of flown out here. Whoa. So the 8 of Swords is the first one that I noticed. Now this is about holding back. Sometimes it's where we sort of like, we don't see an option or a way forward, so we just stay still, we don't move anywhere. But there's a realization within you, I feel, that with this 7 of Pentacles, there's something that you perhaps started but never really got anywhere, never really took off. This could be work related or it could be relationship related, but it's something that maybe you did a little bit towards but not really fully committed to or embraced. And I feel like you've had this realization now about that, and you've realized that it's because of holding back. But the Sun and the Queen of Coins, or Queen of Pentacles, is kind of representing that you've made a decision to take some kind of responsibility here, and for the role that you play to come forward. And the Sun is all about joy and happiness and manifestation. So it's you actually feel good about this. I feel like this is something that you want. Children may be significant here as well. So there may be something around children that is important to you at this time, or even a concern to you at this time. That may be why you're holding back, actually. You might be holding back because of something around children, something to do with children. Let's see. What is it about the children? Okay. This is, again, about playing roles and what role you play in somebody's life. So when it comes to children, for some of you, it may be that you want children, but you've been holding back in a way of bringing that into your life, or allowing that to be in your life. For others of you, it's about you maybe going into something where you may become like a step parent, or you're going into something where there may be some kind of responsibility around children. It's important to you. For some here, I feel like you're actually more like an uncle or an auntie or something, and you feel some kind of responsibility towards your niece or nephew, or both. But it feels like there's an energy of I'm getting like the name Jade as well, something like Jade, or it begins with a J, and I feel like it's a female name. But there's something about an old school way of doing things, or maybe your way of doing things is different to perhaps your partner's way of doing things, and maybe they're the ones with the children. It's some kind of barrier there that's connected to children. Okay, but you're being asked at this time, like, to make your decision, to take this risk, to be bold and courageous, because it feels like there's something here that's actually very protective or very comforting to you. And like we had the sun before, didn't we? The energy of this joy and fulfillment, but you're blocking your own fulfillment for some reason. And I feel like there's a lot to do with vulnerability in that. But there's this sense of wanting to kind of like maybe send some sort of message to someone in a heartfelt way to express how you're feeling. Or this could be somebody expressing to you in a heartfelt way how they're feeling about this situation, about what's going on. So I'm going to get an outcome for you. Okay, judgment. Yes, I feel like you've only just realised this. Perhaps something's been blocked here, but actually there's a realisation of maybe I'm the one that's blocking this. There was another card that came out, yeah, and the Page of Coins. And I feel like for some of you, another reason for blocking this is a lack of financial sort of stability, or feeling like you don't have enough to give, or enough to be stable with. I feel like for some of you, you do actually need to reach out to people in your life for help in that area, because it is there. And for some of you, the difficulty is that you are trying to walk away from something. You're trying to get out of something that has been heavily responsible for you. And that may be where the children come in, is if you're having to walk out of something that concerns children, maybe they're not your actual children and you have to leave something behind, which is incredibly difficult. If that is your situation, please do get in touch, and we can do some healing work around that. But for whoever I'm talking to here, there's this sort of very bittersweet feeling of like, well, if I take action, take this risk, I put my plan into action, it's going to mean having to walk away from something that maybe has been in your life for some time, and that could be quite difficult. But it's all happening for a reason, because this Ace of Wands is representing some new ideas, some new things coming in, a new venture, and it's full of like, you know, adventure, if I'm honest. It's full of like you being very passionate about the way forward. Whatever it is that you're planning here, it is a necessary way forward. You are manifesting this, you're bringing this in, and what it is bringing is the King of Pentacles. Didn't we have the Queen of Pentacles a minute ago? Yeah, we did. So you've actually got a counterpart there. So you've actually, this is bringing you into alignment, especially on a material level. Okay, so the King and Queen of Pentacles, this is like earth sign energy, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but it's also an energy of the material wealth and physical wealth as well. So you definitely have this energy of bringing alignment in, of stability and loyalty as well, I feel. And this is about that trusting energy of Ingwas, of like, you know, being loyal to yourself is what's going to bring more loyalty to you in your life and in your relationships. Let's get you one more card on this. What do we have? The Ace of Swords. So this has been like a bit of an aha moment, where it's kind of like pinged off in your mind of like what you actually need to do here. This realization has awakened within you. So now it's like tick tock. Come on, the clock's ticking. You need to do something about this now. Swords are all about communication too. So I feel like you need to actually speak up about this. And there is the Empress on the bottom, bringing it all together, attracting this. If this resonates with you, please do get in touch. Drop me a DM for a personalised reading.